Love, study, and struggle. These are words that scholar, activist Robin Kelly recently wrote about in an article that was published in March when he was thinking about the activism on campuses over the last couple of years. And so I spent the last week or so thinking about you all, right? What is our connection as faculty to you all? What is our relationship? And I thought about a few of many instances of struggle and study and organizing that I wanted to acknowledge. So in one instance in the classroom, I met some of you and engaged with you in study around the struggles of sharecroppers, communist organizers, the IWW, people who put it all on the line, fought for the one big union. And then I would see you elsewhere at a secret meeting at Food for Thought, which unfortunately isn't with us any longer, a local bookstore at Amherst, a meeting which you told me about, to see you engaging and working with Unite Here organizers to create the first Hampshire union contract with food service workers, with the Bon Appetit workers. When Bon Appetit organizers began on this campus quietly, it was you who had your ear on the ground and kept faculty engaged, informed, and inspired by your energy and commitment. And you continue to support the Unite Here campaign, reminding the college of the importance of a worker-centered conception of sustainability. I also think about the many panels, numerous panels, conferences. I'm thinking about 2 Div 3s in particular, one by Gustavo Pina entitled Clash of Dreams, Mexican Undocumented Immigrant Students Beyond the Campus, as well as Kamika Bennett's Stop Deportations, Reimagining Black and Immigrant Liberation Through the Reclamation of the Criminal Alien Community. And I'm moved, right, by the imagination of the rigorous study and the creativity that goes into this kind of work. You have encouraged us and educated us about the struggle of undocumented workers, mothers, fathers, and students, encouraging us to think beyond the narrow lens of our current political discourse, and to understand that the distinction the Obama administration makes between criminals and families is a false one. We all have families, we all have dreams, and we have to fight to save them. I also cannot forget the moment when a large group of you went to Ferguson, Missouri after being invited by organizers there. I remember you coming back just brimming with passion, energy, dedication, and commitment. And I remember going to teach-ins organized by you and hearing you talk about how organizers creatively deployed music, images, choreographies of protest, used social media to occupy the streets and to reveal the militarization of police forces in Ferguson and in states throughout this country. I sat in awe as you eloquently discussed the challenges of accepting an invitation to a local movement. I was in awe of how you conscientiously talked about how to be supportive and respectful of local organizers. I was filled with pride when I listened to several of you articulate a stunning critique of the charismatic leadership style, one which my generation is very aware of. But even while you were doing this critique, I couldn't help but note, Gabby and Quasi, how charismatic you both are and how many of you are. But I have to say, Ella Baker, the brilliant and eminently humble strategist, lives on in your determination to pursue collective models of leadership. So what I really want to say to you is back to Robin Kelly's message. He writes on a small piece of paper that he keeps in his desk, love, study, and struggle. And I couldn't get that message out of my mind, and everyone today has been talking about love. I think for me, the way into it is to talk about dance. So I've met quite a few of you in dance circles, in a Joy Collective that convened last year. And I've also heard quite a few of you comment on the experience. And I think to really sort of hold close this idea of love, study, and struggle, I think it helps to think about the solo circle, right? Common in much of the African diaspora. And I think the solo circle represents some of the challenges that we face in trying to create moments of connection with each other. I know that in many instances, we find ourselves standing in the circle, outside of the circle, even after being invited in. And so I just want to encourage you all, even if there are moments when you aren't able to go in, to not give up, to accept the invitation to go into the circle, to experience the joy of that embodied language, those moments of connection. And it doesn't mean that the drummer might not stop you and tell you you're off the beat, as Sekou Sila did recently in my own class. But if it's done from a place of love, as Jamila encourages us to do, right? He will begin drumming again and you can dance again. It still means you have to dedicate yourself, commit yourself, discipline yourself to remain on the beat, to stay in sync, and to take criticism. But don't leave the circle. Go back into the circle. And I just leave you with one. Many of us have been reading June Jordan lately, and I noticed that June Jordan actually quoted Emma Goldman recently by saying, if I can't dance, that's a revolution I don't want to be a part of. So go into the circle and dance and love, study, and struggle. Congratulations. I love you.